Gotta look after your people, man. Otherwise, they'll sneak behind your back.
Get down!
Somebody's coming after my whole family.
Franklin is a survivor.
Whoever did this was close. Knew everywhere we was at. This empire, it's gonna crumble.
You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast, and you're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E Podcast. Today, we are reviewing Snowfall Season 5, Episode 5, and this episode was titled The Iliad Part 1. And damn, bro, I gotta admit, this is one of the craziest episodes of the entire series, bro. This episode had me on my feet. I was yelling at the TV. I had no idea who was behind anything. And at this point, you can have a hunch at any character being the reason for this shit happening.
Literally, bro. I was just thinking about that shit before we came on, bro. I was trying to rack my mind around who it could be because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, it's Veronique. Oh, she an undercover cop. Then it's like, damn, like, what's going on? It's so many people that it can be. But I think it's the person that Cissy is talking to. I think he is the mastermind behind all of this. I think he hired the game bangers to go take out all these people. I think he already knew where the drops were. I think all he needed was for Cissy to confirm that Teddy was back. Once he knew that, he already knew all of the other information of where Franklin hung out at and all that other shit. It's just so crazy, bro. I gotta dive deeper into it, but let's dive into it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I'll go ahead and just read the description of episode 6. So for episode 6, it's the Iliad Part 2, and it says Franklin and Gustavo look for an escape. Teddy is forced to put his trust in an old friend, and then it says the man behind the hits is revealed. So by episode 6 already predicting that it's a man, it goes to your point that it could be the person that Cissy was talking to, and it cancels out Veronique at this point because they're saying it's a man. But the description of episode 5 says a brutal attack leaves the crew in chaos. And that's all we've seen throughout this episode. Like Quincy just said, random ass gangbangers with no ID, no neighborhood affiliation or anything. Random gangbangers just going around, shooting everybody up, shooting up Leon and Avi, shooting up Franklin, Gustavo, and Teddy, shooting up Jerome, Cissy, and Louie, and everybody. So everybody is getting hit in this episode, and everybody has questions of what the fuck is going on, how they know what the drops are, how they know who we are, and everything. Even Avi, it was the Avi shit
that's what I'm saying. Damn. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I said it couldn't be Veronique, because Veronique could have been killed in the process. If you are a part of this, or if you are the mastermind behind this, you wouldn't be in the middle of it, and you wouldn't be capable of being hit in the process. That's why they were questioning Peaches, because Peaches was off that day. Maybe it could have been him. Maybe it could have been Dallas and the other chick. Like, you can't be in the locations of where the shit went down if you're a part of it. So it can't be Veronique, bro. I know a lot of people were questioning about that, but it had to be Cissy's man. We don't know what he's a part of. And I still question that to this day, bro, because in this episode, I thought he was going to dive into it a little bit, but he really said nothing. He's talking about, I'm gonna let you get more familiar with me. We really don't know each other like that. And he said nothing. Like, we cut to the next scene and never seen him again. I'm just like, okay, what the fuck?
And Denisha said she felt like Cissy could have been a possible suspect and why everything was happening, but I feel she just loves Franklin too much. And then she even said it when she was talking to the dude. She was like, I'll do anything to get Teddy as long as it don't involve getting my son in the mix, you know. So that's why I just felt like it couldn't be Cissy, because she would literally have to put her brother and her son, damn near all her family, in harm's way
and once
to get
again,
this man. Yeah,
she was at the scene. She could have been killed. Like, Louis was literally shooting by her face. Like, she could have been killed in the process. So no, it can't be Cissy either. I think Cissy is the reason for this, because I don't think this happens if she does what the person says and puts the pen out and just does the little investigation on Franklin. I don't think this happened. But since she turned him down, the man had to go about it his own way. He had to hire these game bankers to just do the drops. It says, I'm gonna get everybody out of the game. I'm gonna get Franklin out. I'm gonna get Javi out. I'm trying to take everybody out in the process. I think he's trying to take over something. I don't think he's a part of any government. I think he's trying to take over Los Angeles and be the new drug kingpin. That's why he doesn't want any CIA. He wants everybody that's high profile to get knocked off, bro. And I think that's what his mission is right now.
I was thinking he could possibly be a different form of government agent, because we've been dealing with CIA this entire time. And, you know, we had that DEA lady, I want to say the end of season 2 and first half of season 3. So I think this could be a possible DEA agent again. Maybe this could be the FBI. Maybe the FBI is stepping in and saying, look, we're going to put an end to all this CIA shit, but we need to cancel out everybody in the process. So I wouldn't give up total hope that it's, I wouldn't look your theory saying it could be a drug dealer, but I think we need to keep the option open that this could be another government entity.
It could be, bro, but it's so much shit happened. We seen lions, tigers, bears. We see Franklin running around like it was season 1 again. This had to be my favorite episodes of Snowfall that I've seen in a long time, bro. Because I just didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. While watching the episode, I didn't know who was behind it, because I had so many questions, but I knew for sure it wasn't Peaches. I don't know why they was questioning Peaches.
Yeah, I don't know why
they was definitely about to die.
Bro, Peaches about to die. I'm gonna predict this now. I was saying this while watching the episode. Peaches is gonna pop up dead next episode. In episode 6, Jerome is gonna go looking for Peaches, and he gonna go to his place or wherever Peaches living at, and he gonna find Peaches dead. And ain't nobody gonna know why, but it's just gonna be like he was real sick and blah blah blah. And then we're gonna find out about HIV, because the doctor that was working on Teddy, she brought up the fact that a lot of people are catching this new thing called HIV. Now all of a sudden, Peaches out of work. Peaches has AIDS.
Yeah, he definitely does. I was gonna bring up that same point. Like, it's confirmed at this point that he is gonna be dead soon. And even the new driver that Franklin had, he already dead. So Franklin really has nobody at this point.
Yeah.
And I remember in when I think it was the first or second episode, we seen the preview for the entire season, and Teddy ended up telling Franklin, like, you can't have anybody new show up to these drops, because at this point he doesn't know what's going on. And I understand Teddy's perspective at this point. I just got shot. I'm thinking it has to do with you. Somebody followed you. Like, bro, I don't want anybody else to be with you, bro. You got to come alone on your drops now, because I can't trust it. I'm not getting shot no more for this game, bro. And I wonder if this is gonna change or put things in perspective for Teddy, that this shit too dangerous, my nigga. Because have we ever seen Teddy at the point of damn near dying like this? Like this was a close ass call, bro.
Nah, I don't think we've ever seen
a close ass call
to this point. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it puts things in perspective for him. And I was questioning what that cocaine was helping him with. I see that he sniffed it, but he also put something like on his wound. I was questioning what that was about.
It's the same thing like when you pour like, you know how people pour like 40 ounces on their gun wounds. Remember what you call it did that in season 4? What's his name? Scully did that in season 4.
Yeah.
Cocaine is the same thing. The way cocaine enters your bloodstream, it acts as a numbing solution. So it gets you high enough because it enters your bloodstream immediately from you putting it on the wound to where it numbs you for a few hours. Same thing with salt. The lady ended up throwing salt on Teddy before she went to get the equipment, because salt does the same thing technically. So liquor, cocaine. It's funny how drugs can be a healing ointment in a time of need.
That's what I'm saying. That's what blew my mind. That's what blew my mind, because I'm just like, is he going to be addicted to cocaine again or what? Or was he doing that for like actually helping his
no, like he needed it. He needed that shit because he needed it to keep his adrenaline pumping.
Okay. And going back to the early scene of this episode, I love what Cissy did. Even though she's entangled with this dude, I love that she turned him down about the whole pin, trying to get a tip on Franklin thing, because we've already been through this before, bro. I'm not going to entangle my son in this situation. I already seen what happened to Alton. I'm not going to do it. If you want to get Teddy, that's cool, but I'm not going to I'm not going to get Franklin caught up in the process. And like I said, she could high-key be the reason this whole thing is going on, because she has been talking to him. But I think that was the smart decision in the end, though. I think that was the smart decision.
But the reason I think this could be Veronique behind all this, bro, even though, like I said, episode 6 synopsis says it's going to be a man, not a woman. So, like I said, Veronique could very well be canceled out of all this shit. The reason I thought Veronique was behind this, because she has the least to lose, in my opinion. I think she's faking the pregnancy, and I think she's an undercover agent. So, with both of those theories, she was in a situation, I think, to where, yes, she might have been there while everybody was getting shot at, but maybe she knew they weren't going to aim at her. As long as she got out the way enough, they weren't going to aim at her.
She was close to Louis. She was right next to Louis. What do you mean she didn't know she was getting shot?
Louis was shooting back, so I feel like she might have been straight. Plus, she was behind the tree.
I ain't rolling with that, bro. I ain't rolling
Veronique
with
was
that,
behind
bro.
the tree.
Huh? What do you mean behind the tree?
She was behind the tree. What you talking about?
I thought she was right next to Louis. She was Louis, Cissy, and all three of them right there. Then later she hid behind the tree.
Veronique was behind the tree, bro. I'm telling you, she was hiding right behind the tree the whole time it was happening.
But this is what I combat that theory with, because I have seen a lot of that she is an undercover cop, and it was some signs last episode when Franklin ended up giving her the gun. She looked real familiar with weapons. I'm just like, okay, that was kind of weird, but I let it slide.
When she met Wanda, Wanda looked at her kind of like she seen her before, and I'm like, why she looked at her like that? And don't be surprised if, I don't know if it's gonna be next episode, but don't be surprised if either next episode or episode 7, Wanda end up telling Franklin, hey, I seen your girl before doing XYZ. That's gonna open up a whole new plot, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, but going back to the statement that you said, in the season preview, she was legit pregnant because they went to a doctor, and the doctor was, remember when Franklin was crying in the scene? So bro, she's pregnant, and that's why I keep saying it's not Veronique. Because she's actually pregnant, bro. She's actually pregnant. So why would she be putting herself at risk when she's pregnant? And if you're that deep undercover, I mean, that's rule number 1 of an undercover op. Don't fall in love with the operation. So she's a terrible cop if she's getting pregnant by Franklin in the first place. That's a terrible thing that's going on. So I think she is pregnant, bro. I think she is pregnant.
You're right, because there definitely was an ultrasound scene. I don't know how I forgot that. Damn, so my bad, y'all. Veronique is no longer a suspect. She pregnant.
But this is the thing.
She might have some dirt on her, though. She might have some dirt on her still.
I'm not saying that she's clean, but she's pregnant, though. But her main operation or her main objective could have been to get something on Franklin, but she fell so deep in love with him that now she's pregnant, but she's still doing certain operation things, still staying close to him, things like that. She could still be contacting somebody else about what's going on. And she could be in contact with this dude that we're seeing now. We don't know. But I'm just saying she's not faking this pregnancy. Like, she's really pregnant. And that's why I'm like, that shit just weird, bro. If she's really pregnant, like, nah, ain't no way.
Because I think even Louis was kind of suspicious of the pregnancy too. So the fact that certain characters were suspicious of the pregnancy, Wanda was looking at her kind of funny. She knew how to handle a gun, even though she quote unquote doesn't like guns. There are signs pointing to Veronique playing a huge part in whatever is going on. She may not be the head person that's in charge of all this, but she's playing a part. And who knows, her falling in love with Franklin, her having a child with Franklin, she may feel remorse about some of this. And whenever Franklin figures her out, she might be like, I'm sorry, that was my true intention at first, but then we fell in love. So she might end up feeling bad, but hey, she gonna put Franklin in beast mode. And when Franklin in beast mode, he ready to cat that.
And that's so funny about her character because we don't really know her. So the first instinct about Veronique was suspicion. Like, where does she come from? We just start the season. We in love with Veronique. She pregnant episode later. Like, we don't trust anything about this girl. At least with Tanase, we ended up finding out a little bit. We hung out with her in a couple of scenes. I'm like, oh, she seemed cool. But with her, we just jumped into a relationship. I'm just like, oh no, yeah. So we already had suspicions about her from the jump, bro. But I don't know. It could be that. Could that be a part of her operation to not have him figure out anything? You got to go this far with it. You got to have a baby with it. When she push it that far, that's deep, bro. For an undercover cop that she would push. That's really
that's messing with your own psychology.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget the op that you trying to confuse. Like, that's confusing yourself. Like, somebody tells you we need you to like real deal get emotionally tied with this person and have a child with them, get their ultimate form of trust to be able to get the information we need. That's fucked up. If that is what she's doing, that's fucked up.
But that would mess with Franklin's mind, bro, because think about it. Franklin's smart enough to find a rat now. He just went through it last season with Tanase. He understands what a rat is, but he wasn't as close with Tanase as he is with Veronique. Like he's in business with Veronique, willing to give a lot of ownership to Veronique. He lets Veronique run a lot of things in this business, and I think it's a different type of thing. But that could be what her objective was, to get this close. That so he has no thought, and that never crosses his mind that Veronique is behind all of this shit, bro. But she could be after all, bro. She could be, because we do not know her at all.
So something I was wondering about throughout this entire episode. First off, let's get the funny part out the way. Leon X, that's his new name now. Leon X. This man want to lead the revolution.
I see
and buy rocket launchers and shit. And you hear him talking to some of his homeboys. You know, he got a little bit more of a vocabulary now in his speech.
Yeah, I see it now. I love it, Leon.
knowing a lot of rules about gun laws now and everything. So Leon X, I'm wondering, with Peaches about to die, with everybody in chaos, it's season 5, bro. We ain't seen Franklin and Leon like this, like peas in a pod. We ain't seen them like that since what, season 3? Are we going to get a Franklin and Leon reunion? to where they like literally partners again, side by side through everything. Do you think we will get that this season?
In turmoil like this, you have to band close with everybody. So I think, yes, they will get reunited. I think everybody will become way closer, way more tight-knit, because they don't know where the information is coming from. They probably think a leak is coming out of their organization. So I think Louis and Jerome are going to get back with Franklin, because they probably like, oh, the reason why people might know about this operation and why people know where the drops are is because we're separated. We have to become a team again. We got to be reunited under one house. So that's probably going to happen. And they're not even going to realize that Cissy could be the reason why they're in this shit right now for talking to dude.
Damn, I wonder how Franklin gonna feel when he find this out. Yeah, he knows.
And it's funny because it's so unintentional, because it's not like since she meant this, she came back to get Teddy out of the way. But this dude's ulterior motives is gonna fuck up her son regardless. She didn't want to do it, but this dude do not care about Franklin at all, bro. He playing her like a fiddle. Even though she didn't go along with it, with the pen thing, it's still like, oh, you gave me enough information as I needed. He probably already had Teddy follow. He probably already had Franklin follow. He knew where Javi and Leon be at. So he knew everything about these people already. He just needed the confirmation that Teddy was back. That's it. And once she said no to the pen, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take this into my own hand. I'm gonna hire some gangbangers, because that's what they used to do back in the day. The government really used to do that shit back in the day. So I agree with your point that you said earlier, that this could be the government, because they used to, whoever was the highest bidder, because they was going to give you a hefty amount of money to do what they needed to be done, because there was no trace back to that government affiliation. And he had no ID on him. Like, that shit is suspicious. There was a reason why they said that this episode. So I agree, it could be some government affiliation here.
And one thing I wanted to point out with the dude that Cissy met with, he gave her 2 options. He said the pen was the quickest and most efficient way to get the Teddy McDonald and get the job done. He said we could either do this way, or the other way that I have is going to take a little bit more time, but the same result will happen. Maybe this happening, maybe all these shootings happening, maybe putting Franklin at risk, maybe this and maybe that is everything he was explaining when he said the other method is going to take a little bit more time, but it'll still happen. And when Cissy said, no, I don't want to do the pen, I don't want to put a bug on my son, I agree to your point. He was like, okay, I got enough information. I'll just go the hard way. You're going to maybe put your son in danger and your family in danger because you don't want to do it the easy way.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's better if he tries to get everybody out the game anyway, if he just cleans house, because if you leave Franklin around, it's like, he can maybe snitch out. You don't know what Franklin could be capable of. Franklin a G, so I don't think he would snitch, but you just don't know if you're this dude that we're talking about right now. So I think he's trying to completely clean house. He's trying to kill Louis and Jerome too, get them out of the game. Like, he's trying to clean house, bro. So yeah, this shit finna get crazy.
And the fact that the gangbangers, like, they didn't have ID or anything, like you said, that was shocking to me, because Leon funny as hell. You saw that tweet that said Leon looking so disappointed that he killed another black king.
Bro, I literally wrote that down, bro. I said Leon killed somebody else and looked upset about it. How do you expect to do a revolution, bro, or be a revolutionary? You was talking all this big shit last week about, I'm finna kill the cop, da 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 da, and now you upset because you killed one of your ops. These niggas was shooting at you, could have killed you. What you upset about? You supposed to kill these niggas, bro. The hell you mad about?
That's Leon X right now,
this
bro.
Nigga is not bad.
X.
This nigga not built for this shit, bro. This nigga not built for no revolution, bro. Get that shit out of here. For real, for real.
Shit.
I was like, how this nigga gonna be upset about that?
I'm really interested to see who's in charge of all this. And that was the thing. I want to know what I want to know what his reaction is gonna be, because he might not do business anymore now with Leon and Franklin and them if he feel like he gonna be getting shot at and whatnot. So I'm real interested to see what's gonna happen. And I want to know who the hell this white dude is that got Franklin and Gustavo caged up in the neighborhood in the back of his house.
I think he's a random dude. I don't know who he is. He is a random dude.
That's why I want to know. Like, why are you doing this? Like, why do you have a tiger in your backyard?
But you heard what he said. One of the things he said was, this is the last time this is going to happen to my house. So I'm assuming that this happens occasionally, that people break into his house. And I guess calling the cops or trying to shoot at them haven't been working. So he was like, okay, that's why he had the tranquilizers ready when he came out. He shot them, and that's why he got a tiger set up in the back. So this won't happen again, because once people hear about this shit, they ain't going to try my house no more. So this white dude, this ain't his first time his house got broken into. Yeah, this happens a lot with him.
Crazy, bro. What? We got tigers. Hell, everybody getting shot at. Oh, this was definitely a episode for the record books for this show in total, bro.
And I think going back to that white dude point, and I love that Gustavo and Franklin, I love that they're back together again. We really haven't seen them together since season 1, season 2 for real. When they were when they were really just getting into the game. Now we see them later in the seasons, like Franklin about to have a kid. The evolution of their characters coming back together. They still funny as hell together. It was just cool to see them back joking with each other. So that was cool. But I think he gonna have to give this cop that $3 million. But I don't think that $3 million gonna be there when he get back, because that $3 million is just out in the open right now. So I don't know, because I think he gonna tell the white dude, like, hey, I got $3 million for you if you let us go. And the white dude gonna be like, I'm listening. They gonna walk back to the place where they dropped the money. The money not gonna be there.
That shit ain't gonna be there.
That shit ain't gonna be there. But they gonna be free. So maybe they run away or some shit happens like that. I think that's the storyline we're going down.
I don't know who would find the money though, because nobody knew what they were hiding at. So that'd be really weird.
People seen them come out of there. You didn't see the people sitting at the bench in the front. They ran out of that little cupboard. They ran out of the house, but it was people sitting at the bench, and they turned around and they were like, where were they running? Where did they come from? I think they seen them come out of that little door or whatever, and they gonna do some investigating, because a lot of people in that neighborhood probably heard that it was a black dude and a Mexican dude running around in that neighborhood, be on the lookout with some money. So once they see them hiding and running away, they're like, oh, these are the people that I'm hearing about in the streets. They gonna check to see where they were at, and they gonna see that money right there.
Well, they not probably gonna check. They probably gonna tell the Mexican gang bangers to go check. Bro, them Chicos was not messing around, bro. I thought Jit was finna get, bro, when Franklin pulled the gun out, I thought Jit was finna get scared. All his friends ran away. He was still standing there. I'm like, oh, he for real. This Chico serious.
and my man had backup too. I was like, yeah, he for real, dog. He for real.
Gustavo tapped Franklin. He was like, run amigo to the right. Gustavo said, bro, these niggas is for real.
Yeah, bro. That shit was so funny, bro. When they got shot with the tranquilizers, this nigga Franklin said, Gustavo, you about to get stuffed, run. Ain't nothing that nigga Gustavo can do. That nigga Gustavo like he was dead. Man, this is a good ass episode, bro. Highly entertaining, dog. But let's talk about this Parissa chick that Teddy got patched up by, because she weird as hell, bro. And she just found a jackpot with the cocaine in the back of the trunk. So what's going to happen with her character? And what was the point of that one thing that she said, bro, about, she said, I used to get so high off surgery, but then I came to America and I always had a fantasy that I was healing somebody, or a dude was going down on me with no teeth. But I tried to hide it. But she was like, I'm not trying to hide anymore. What did that mean?
Yeah, I had no idea. I
feel like it had some meaning behind that. It definitely had a meaning behind that, bro. We just don't know at this point.
I don't know. I know when a girl gives a guy head with no teeth, it's called a velveteen rub. Don't ask me how I know that. But but I don't know what happens. I don't know what you call it when a guy with no teeth tries to go down on a girl. So she was fingering herself while Teddy was heavily medicated. I was ready for that whole scene to be over. I was ready for that whole scene to go away.
I was like, what show am I watching when I see that, bro? We ain't never seen no shit like that from Snowfall. I said, oh, bro, I don't know what's going on. This shit turned into a horror quick as fuck.
That was damn near just as traumatic as that rape scene in season 1.
Bro, this shit was crazy, dog. I was like, I don't know what I'm watching here, dog. But yeah, that's it. I'm just tripping out on Parissa because I think one of the main things I took away about what she was saying was I'm not trying to hide anymore. So I think she had a prior relationship with Teddy. When Teddy ended up getting kicked out of the CIA, he stopped paying her, so obviously she wasn't important to, she wasn't important to him anymore. He comes back, he needs her, so it's like, okay, give me the money. That's why she asking for $250,000. But once she comes up on this jackpot, she says she's not trying to hide anymore. Was that her plan when she got into the car that cocaine was in there?
Shit.
I'm not trying to hide anymore. Am I trying to get big? Am I trying to be big in this new city? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I really don't. I don't know. I don't think you reached it because she blew my mind with fingering herself. So I really didn't pay attention to anything else she was doing. All I remember is she was fingering herself. Teddy was drugged up on the table and she found cocaine in the car. That's all I remember. I don't remember her motives.
And Teddy ain't gonna remember none of that shit. Teddy ain't gonna remember none of that shit, bro. He ain't gonna remember none of that shit.
He gonna wake up. He gonna feel that he don't got his keys in his pocket, and he gonna be like, "Fuck." And yeah, hopefully the cocaine is still there. So the cocaine is in jeopardy of being taken. The $3 million that they did have is now TBA or TBD to be determined because we don't know where it is. And everybody is in shambles right now. So they down on money. They might be down on coke. Niggas are shot and injured. Boy, we in for a while. What, 5 more episodes?
5 more. Yeah, this is episode 5. 5 more episodes. God damn, bro. This shit getting crazy. And the next episode is called The Iliad Part 2. So it's going to be even more chaos next episode, bro.
Focus on finding my son.
There's a tiger here!
Keep your ear to the ground. It was a big hit. A lot of people involved.
On the ground!
Whether it was the gangsters or the government to blame, it will happen again.
Got a couple of treats for you tonight.
FX's Snowfall.
And you know what's so sick about this dude, bro? I think even if he was to get offered the $3 million, he's so sick that he would get off more by watching that tiger eat up on Franklin now. So I don't know how they gonna get out of this situation. Yeah, maybe the money works, but he's like a sicko, bro. Like, he's there to say, nah, I want to see y'all get eat. I want to try this experiment out. I want my name to ring in the streets. So I think he's that type of dude. So I think that might happen. I don't know how they get out of this situation, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than Peaches dying, I think we're also gonna find out a hint on who Veronique really is next episode. I don't know if we'll get a direct indication on if she's working with the ops or not, but we're gonna find out a lot more about her character next episode. Like I said, I think Peaches popping up dead, and I think we're gonna get a little I think we're gonna get a few minutes with Avi on whether or not he's gonna be affiliated more in this episode. So I look forward to seeing what they're gonna do with him too. Because
we still have to see that scene where Cissy was talking to Avi like, "Is my son okay?" type
exactly.
Shit. We still have to see that scene because I'm assuming obviously Franklin is gonna get out of this situation somehow. And what type of rampage is he going to be on? Who is he going to target? Because he doesn't know who to target if he gets out of this situation with all of this chaos, because it wasn't Teddy. Teddy got shot, obviously. If it's not Teddy, who the hell is it? You know what I'm saying? So this makes me question my whole entire season theory of it's going to be Teddy versus Franklin, because now they're going to have a common enemy of this dude. He's going to be the big bad. He's going to be the enemy. So maybe they don't end up killing each other. It's going to be him that they go at.
And I'm wondering who Franklin was really talking to then in that full season preview that they gave when he said, "I'm going to kill you before you kill me." because we thought it was him and Teddy. Remember, I think they were sitting on a couch together or something like that.
Yeah.
And we heard that voiceover. So since it's not towards Teddy, I wonder who he was talking to. It might be the big boss person that we'll probably get introduced to next episode.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro. This shit fire.
Bro,
this was a twist,
good,
bro. This was a twist. I thought I was gonna predict this season out, and I thought it was gonna be Teddy versus Franklin. But throwing this character into the equation, and then all of this chaos, so everybody's gonna be on the same side, bro. And we haven't seen that in a long time. Like Teddy and Franklin on the same side, trying to take down whoever this is, FBI, whoever he is, agent. Man, this is gonna be a fun. This is gonna be a fun last 5 episodes, bro. This is gonna be exciting. So yeah,
damn. So that's something I have a question about then, because if everybody's working together, what if no one dies for real at the end of the season?
People are going to die in the process, bro. People are going to die in the process. If you're going at this dude, you see what he's capable of. Yeah. And these are just some random gangbangers that he hired. So you don't know what else he has in the bag.
He know more about you than you know about him. So
exactly. Damn. So people are going to die. I think Leon is still for sure going to die by the end of the season. I think Jerome is going to die in the process. And Teddy, I'm still kind of on, but I think for sure Leon and Jerome. And those are going to hit your heartstrings, because when it comes to emotional characters, bro, those are probably like top 2, top 3 that you're tied to. They've been here since the beginning, riding out for Franklin. So if those 2 characters die, those are big characters, bro. And I think they're going to die. So yeah, those will be the 2. People are going to die in the process. It's about to be a war.
It's gonna be some in-game type shit.
Damn. And what if Leon takes his sight off the cops and ends up throwing his revolutionary tirade toward this agent? Maybe he's like, oh, we're going at the FBI now. We finna go even bigger. So this is the person that he targets instead of the LAPD. And it's funny because you still got to worry about this cop, because he was coming around this episode talking about what did he say this episode? Damn, I'm blanking on
he got them out of getting arrested, because after they got shot at, the cops for dumbass reasons, the cop pulled up and was trying to arrest them after they just got shot at. And then he came and got them out of that situation. But him and Jerome had some static, because it's like, hey, bro, we appreciate you doing that, but you ain't finna keep talking to my wife, like she just some random bitch. So, and
then he was the reason that they got pulled up on at the projects too. So nigga, you ain't finna pull up and I'm supposed to be apologizing to you and thanking you, nigga. No, you're the reason we in this shit too. Or you could be a reason that we in this shit. So I think he could get knocked off soon.
He need to die too. I want him to die.
He gotta die. He gotta die. He's just annoying at this point. Because I don't see the part he's going to play if we have the big bad of this dude that's coming up. It's like, he's just around at this point. Like, he's just gonna be this annoying cop that's around. Like, he can get out of here at that point. Yeah, I don't really care about him. All right, bro, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm ready for next week.
I swear I'm ready for next week. Snowfall season 5, episode 5 will be titled The Iliad Part 2. So expect more chaos. Episode 6. But Iliad Part 2. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy as hell, bro. But Edgar, you can hit it with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1, Instagram QANDE Podcast, Facebook and YouTube QANSIGNE Podcast, and our Gmail QANDE Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes, and you can subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. You can subscribe to the Q&E Media page. That is QANDEmedia.com. Our Twitter is QE Media, and our Instagram is QANDE Media. And we appreciate you guys for listening and watching. And we out. Peace.